So, good morning from a mild but kind of grey. Oh, look at that. That's low. Love it. That's the red kite for those who haven't, or those who don't live around here or sort of where you get them. Anyway, yes, sorry, kind of grey and sort of frankly autumnal. Peterborough. That's going to look good when it turns. So we put a video out last week, I think it was, and we're just about to do something. As you can see, here come the nets, here comes the bowl.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the fish have started to misbehave. They've been, well, it's a good job we had the nets on because we don't have jump guards, shall we say. So anyway, we'll catch you up a little bit later when we've got everything ready. Okay, so
If we spot this on... Good morning. I've just had an Italian breakfast and it was wonderful. So now we're testing for parasites. A couple of the little blighters have been scratching, so here we go, see what we can find.
And condition report on Rachel, it's looking quite red and veiny. I'm not surprised it jumped earlier today, to be honest. So, and it's very mucousy, which meant that it was quite easy to get the scrape. So let's have a quick neb here.
I might have to get back to you on this.
Yeah, we might just stop the video until technical difficulties are sorted. Okay, so searching for fish number one. That's Rachel, the Sankey, we hope, which jumped 3 times the other night. And then the other one we'll probably need to get out is the Kahaku, which is up there with it. I'm going to come around back of Steve. That tried to clear the net. And there's Rachel. So I'm just going to turn off and go to black. Okay, so update on this. This is back on the middle field, which is 10 times. We've had a good look over the whole slide at 4 times magnification. We've even been up to the high power one and had a look particularly in sort of around the edges of the mucus, and there is nothing moving that shouldn't be. So we'll go and get another fish. Anything to add?
Another fish, and then we'll have a cup of tea. Let me see if I can...
Right, so here we go. Let's have a look through. So I don't know if for those of you who haven't scraped, this is looking on medium power. You see the mucus cells, you can see the yellow cells are the pigment, all the cells with pigment in.
I'm just going to do this quite rapid because I'm under no illusions that we're going to find something.
Question is what?
Yeah.
And it's difficult to tell sometimes because there's little things moving, because obviously this is water that's all continually flowing even while it's under the cover slip. And you get bubbles in it as well.
I shall do a detailed search probably while you're not online. I was just hoping to capture something straight away because there's clearly something wrong. So we'll get back to you.
Right, so we managed to get the Kahaku out, which is the one we got from Adam Byers and is growing. We never thought it would. And we have this. You can see that little thing. Oh,
no fault.
Moving around like a disc. More like a blood vessel, really.
So we shall treat.
Looks like Trichodina. Oh dear. Is that the second time this year? Or did we have it last year? That's what.
Yeah. Maybe go to 10 times, see if we can.
That's what did for the other Kahaku, isn't it? Trichodina. That's what we had when it brained itself. Yeah. So that was this year earlier.
I probably won't be able to find it now, knowing me.
This.
No, we'll get back to you.
So this is at 10 times, and you can see they move very, very quickly, and actually that's why they're easier to pick up. They move a lot quicker than the bits that are flowing in the water.
This is taking some doing following this. Oh, come on, come back.
And for those of you who are interested, Steve's working on the 2nd October and the 16th of October.
On the railway.
As he's just been informed.
Right, so we've identified where we're going with this, so let's get some treatment in.
Yeah, so PP I guess it is. We'll double check that though first. Okay, so back out by the pond, we're just tidying all that away and going to get the treatment sorted. But just an interesting observation. So we've now had trick twice. But it seems to irritate the fish far more than flukes do. So the flukes, they just scrape occasionally. See, look, not bothered now. We might give them some food actually. It'd be nice to them, wouldn't it, at some stage? And the trick, or Trichodina, just sort of sits on the surface, doesn't actually feed off them, just sits in the mucus. But the risk to them really is their behaviour, and that's the one that seems to make them jump far more than the flukes do. Yeah, just an observation really. Right, step 2. There's a really cool bubble just coming up from that airline. Yeah, sorry, before I rudely interrupt myself. So far have we got? We had a look at the notes and at Tinterweb, and we decided that potassium permanganate is way to go. So we've made up our bucket. I need to grab one of these air stones and put it in for 20 minutes. So I will do that. So because potassium permanganate strips oxygen from the water, you need to oxygenate the potassium permanganate mixture first. There we go. So that will go for 20 minutes. But also need to pay attention to how much oxygen is in the water. Back of the packet says temperature above 18, you definitely need to add oxygen. Our water temperature actually dropped to 15 yesterday. It's been going down quite rapidly. So we'll go and have a look and see if we've got any update. Martyrs, lovely. So actually our temperature is 14.7. that has dropped quite rapidly over the last few days. You shouldn't really use PP if if temperature's too low, but we're fine. 14 is perfect range, but we do oxygenate a little bit anyway, just to make sure really. Maybe belt and braces, maybe over the top, but yeah, we're going to do it. And just to stop any other comments, I will be checking the water as well. So we've already checked chlorine. That's sitting in the cup with its DPD4 tablet. It's been sitting long enough to have changed, so that's normal. You have to read it straight away, like many of these tests, particularly the strips. And your COVID lateral flow test, if you leave them too long, they eventually show a positive anyway. So DPD4 is a read straight away, and that was fine, that was clear, although it looks slightly pink now. And as soon as my phone stops charging, I'll check the rest. It's quite ironic, isn't it? So nitrate was a little bit high. We added the pond bomb, added some bacteria. I was planning to do the recheck yesterday, but ran out of time. And now we're going to kill off all our bugs and we'll start again. That's the way it goes. It's interesting, isn't it, how we've gone, as we were saying in the last video, we've gone all winter. No, we haven't. We've gone all summer. The fish have been really behaving themselves quite well. Just the occasional little itch, but really nothing. We've now had rain. We're starting to have rain, and things are probably flushing through. Maybe flushing through from the guttering. There'll be some coming off, even though we've got a guttering system, into the water butts, etc. And we start to get problems with things like trick. And this is a definite change in their behaviour. This is not what they've been doing throughout the winter. Yeah, so it's just quite interesting. Obviously the PP will get into the whole system. So hopefully we'll clean a few things, but we'll have a quick look, I think, around and just make sure there isn't any areas of stagnant water where stuff may be pooling and the trick may be hiding. Yeah, so we'll let you know when it's in. Right, quick transformation. Everything's in. Every fish looks exactly the same colour. I'm not sure that's yellow, that's the Trichodina, who knows. Anyway, yes, so we shall, for a start, see how long that takes to go brown. We've never had it last, is it supposed to be 3-4 hours? And if it hasn't gone by 3-4 hours, then you need to neutralise. But to be honest, we've never had it last that long. So we'll see how long this lasts. And yeah, see how we get on. As you can see, also doing the net and the bowl, though we didn't use the bowl, it actually had water in earlier. And yeah, we'll update you later. So, T plus 45-ish minutes. And if you look at the colour of that, can you see? And the colour of that on top of the net is definitely gone brown. So I'm going to follow a suggestion which was given to us by somebody, I can't remember who it was, earlier in the year, which is to put another half dose in, because really you should have an hour of it being purple. So we'll get that mixed up and get that in. Fish are okay, they got a little bit agitated about 5-10 minutes ago, and now we're just looking nonplussed. Actually, it was this one, it was Clint, that was looking a bit flippy, and of course that's the one that's got a bit of fungus on, so whether it was just getting a bit irritated, it may well be. The PP will provide some treatment for the fungus as well, hopefully, although it's never really gone, it's had it for quite a long time. Yeah, so we'll get that made up. I'm not going to show everybody how to do that because we've already been through it once again. Fingers crossed this will help and last a bit longer and manage to get on top of the problem. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.